So, we are here to give you a recap on the weekend. So, I went out to Alberta, Grand Prairie. It's a great time out there. Stayed with some good friends. Had an absolute blast. The Alberta folks are just fantastic. They're pretty gritty, crazy, weird people. So, I really enjoyed myself out there. Had a lot of fun. My friends out there are just amazing people. The competition was super fantastic. It was run really smoothly. Yeah, it was great. And I had some really cool guys in the 105 class to compete against. It's my 105 debut for 2025. I've only competed in the 105 class now 3 times in the past 3 years, I think it is. Yeah, past 3 years. So that's been pretty cool. Yeah, really enjoyed myself. First event was a sandbag, not a sandbag, sorry, an odd object loading medley with a wheelbarrow. So you have to push a wheelbarrow and then drop it, load an object, push a wheel, drop it, load an object. The wheelbarrow weight was unknown. It's a grip event, so I was actually expecting to do really badly, but it was very easy to hang on to. I could have gone a lot faster, but I think in my mind I was holding back because the grip was, I was afraid of my grip going. But anyways, a 250 sandbag, a 275 keg, and a 350 sandbag, or sorry, 300-pound sandbag. Loaded all into the wheelbarrow, and then finished with it. It came in first. I think my time was like 29 seconds or something. Not a great time as far as I'm concerned, but it was enough to win, which I'm grateful for. So yeah, that was obviously a good outcome for me. The next one after that was I think it was the circus dumbbell. So circus dumbbell, obviously a great event for me. One of the guys in my class, he was also a very good circus dumbbell lifter. So I was obviously concerned because he's so much bigger than me. But it turned out he was having a pretty bad day, and he didn't end up completing any reps on the heavy dumbbell. Because there was two, so it was 2 reps on a light dumbbell, 2 reps on a heavy dumbbell. The light one being somewhere between 135 and 140, the heavy one being somewhere between 155 and 160. Not sure on exact weights, doesn't really matter. I did 4 reps in total. So 2 of the light, 2 of the heavy. Didn't need the 4th rep on the heavy, but I'd kind of seen people struggling and wanted to make sure that the crowd got a show, and definitely gave that to them. So that was another win under my belt. Third event was the deadlift. This was usually I'm very good at deadlift for reps. I'm not the best at deadlift for max. This was a 3-bar ladder leading up to a 635-pound 13-inch pole, which is a terrible height for me personally. I get almost 0 leg drive on deadlift for height. It's very difficult for me, and I didn't train it at all because I only signed up for this show about a week ago. So the first bar, a normal barbell at 505, super easy, just ripped it with no straps. Strapped into the axle, which was 545, floor, normal 9-inch pole. Ripped that off the floor, easy enough. Jumped onto the 635 axle, which is at 13 inches. Managed to pull it. It was a grind, but I pulled it. Locked it out. It was the only guy in the class to do the last bar. So again, I won that one. Was definitely very concerned about that last bar. Wasn't sure if I'd get it. The guy who went before me, the major one I was worried about, he actually did the axle deadlift off the ground with no straps because he's a freaking animal. So I was like, there's no way I'm beating this guy for time. Like, I can't do that, not even close. I think my max axle off the floor is like, I don't even know what it is. I don't think I've ever done an under over grip on an axle for deadlift just because of the bicep risk. So anyways, yeah, that was an interesting experience. Did not expect to win it, but was happy to walk away with the win. Next event was the duck walk into farmers, a 320-pound duck walk, I think, into a 285-pound farmers walk. My hand is useless when it comes to farmers, so the duck walk was really easy. Ran back and tried the farmers. The handles were extra thick, and they were literally shining, like they were just like glass. It was hilarious. no traction whatsoever. Couldn't even budge him a little bit. I was like, whatever. I got my buffer of points. We're good to go. So walked out of that one minus 2 points. You know, because there was nobody. Yeah, I couldn't do anything. Like, yeah, I had a great duck walk, super fast, but it meant nothing because I couldn't move the farmers. So minus a couple points. It's fine. It is what it is. The event after that, however, was the deadlift, which I was really, really excited for. Or not the deadlift, sorry, the Atlas stone over bar. It's been a 52-inch bar, and the promoter was saying that the stone was a 335-pound stone, but there was guys who, I guess, trained with it on a regular basis who were saying it was a 255-pound stone. I don't know what it was. I don't really care what it was. The main guy I was worried about, again, the one who won the Farmer's Walk, was right behind me on the other events. He went up and got one rep and called it there. I think he was pretty beat up, and he said it doesn't really matter what he does in the stone. You know, he's like, I don't think I can beat you anyway at this point on points. So I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I understand that. So I only needed two lifts to win the stone. Again, me being a crowd guy, you know, I like to work the crowd a little bit. I hit 4 reps in the stone, which coincidentally, that was the heaviest stone at the highest bar of the day, and nobody else hit 4 reps right until the end. 2 super heavyweights went, and one guy got 5 reps, one guy got 4 reps. So I was very proud of myself for like just literally screwing around and having fun with the stone and hitting, you know, 1 rep shy of the most reps hit that day by anybody, especially me coming in as an underweight 105. I thought that was a lot of fun. So yeah, sweet prizes. You know, I got some great supplements from Supplement World. Got some great prizes from them. A sweet, sick trophy, and then this giant hammer that says Grand Prairies Strongest. That was super cool. If you check out my Instagram, you can see it there. Had a lot of fun with the show. Really came out of it feeling surprisingly very fresh. Like, I literally, yesterday was Monday and I went and trained, and it felt great. You know, my body is feeling surprisingly not beat up, even though I drove about 9 hours in total. I don't know, is surprising to me. I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure the cut does change things because I didn't cut it all for this show, so I'm sure that helps. But there's also no max rep events except for the stone, and I only needed a handful of reps to win. So I think that's a big part of why my body wasn't so beat up. Highlights of the day for me was watching a lot of the lightweight competitors I've competed against over the past couple of years. Watching the lightweights was a lot of fun. You know, it was really good athletes like Leighton and Jared and Colton and what's his name? There's another guy that I really like, and I'm just totally blanking on his name right now. Frankie. He's a CrossFitter. He's a pro CrossFitter, came in and competed with us. But watching those guys throw down was a lot of fun. I have a lot of respect for those boys. They worked their butts off, and they did a really good job. It was a lot of fun to watch the U90 class as well, because I used to compete as U90, obviously. So watching a pro U80 who's now beefed up to U90, and then one of the top 5 U90s in Canada, you know, in Jeremy Patfield. So William Murray and Jeremy Patfield put on a great show. They were trading wins back and forth all day. They were both fantastic athletes. It was a lot of fun to watch. And then, like, you know, guys like Sergey, and there was a new fella, I forget his name, but he obviously gave his heart and soul to the thing, so it was a lot of fun. The girls did great. It was a lot of fun to watch, like, our BC girls throw down. Like, Michelle won her class. She killed it. She was originally an 82, decided to go open anyway. Had a lot of fun. She won that. Rachel Bonet, she's from Kamloops, so she, you know, I've trained with her before, competed with her before. She's a lot of fun. She won her class in the 57s, I believe it is. Angie Olsen, also from Kamloops, great girl. She won the 73s. Won the 73s or third in the 73s, which is very impressive to watch. It was a great show. And then Rachel's teenage kid competed in the teenage section along with one of the other Grand Prairies girls. So that was a lot of fun to watch some kids turn out. And that aside, it was just great to compete against some really reputable 105s in my weight class. You know, Jeff, I think his name is Vanda Kimpal. He put on a great show, pushed me all day. It was a lot of fun. I honestly expected him to beat me, but I got lucky on the day, I guess, and came out on top. So I'll be happy for that. Qualified for Alberta Provs. Probably the other thing that was fun to watch was the heavyweight throwdown between Alex, who is the 3-time Grand Prairies winner, and then my buddy Big Kyle Francati. They had a great battle back and forth with just milliseconds between the both of them. It was really close all day long, so it's really entertaining to watch. Had a great time with that. But yeah, overall, Kyle Evanoff for a great show. His volunteers were incredible. Everybody, that helped out and made this happen. God bless you. Thanks to the sponsors. It's an amazing show. I really, really hope that they get the respect that they earned by running such great shows on the regular. And yeah, it's grateful to see it, be there, and experience that. For now, everybody have a great day. We're running the novice show at Rebel Fit Nutrition this weekend. So everybody have a great day. I expect to see you guys tuning in for the recap of that afterwards. Super excited about that. If you are competing this weekend, please reach out and let me know so we can have a lot of fun and talk about it. And yeah, until then, y'all have a great day.